back to my part of the channel. First of all, I want to apologize if there's any possible focus issues. I still don't know how to figure out the focus on my camera, so whoops. But before I start, I want to talk about the global pandemic that's happening right now. We're all aware that something very serious is happening. The coronavirus, or COVID-19, is currently a great part of everyone's lives, and I want everyone to understand the severity that this can have on both your life and both your pet's life. For people like me or people like you that do have reptiles, it's going to be very hard to find food for your pets right now. So I urge you to find as quick as possible a reliable breeder where you can get a lot of things, hopefully online, and do it as quick as possible. Because I don't know if this is happening where you live, but where I live, basically everything's closed down due to like the president's orders. Every mall, every cinema, every restaurant has been closed down, and everyone is supposed to be under house arrest. So yes, in synthesis, I urge you to find food not only for yourself but for your animals as well. I know that usually I'm more kind of distanced from you guys, from the camera, but I really want you to be happy and be healthy. And not only you, but your pets as well, your family. So yes, wash your hands, wash your feet. Not enough people are talking about that. Make sure that you're being hygienic and that you're taking care of yourselves, because this is very crucial. Your actions don't only affect you and the people that surround you, but literally everybody else on this planet. Stay at home, monitor your pets, know where they are, and make sure that everybody is healthy and clean. But anyways, back to the normal video. For today's video, I wanted to talk a little bit about morphs. So what are they, what they can do to your pets, etc. However, beforehand, I want to talk a little bit about me and my pets, just for like a tiny bit. If you remember Godzilla, he is my gargoyle gecko. We went to the vet a couple of weeks ago, and yes, no, nothing bad happened, everything's fine, but he has doubled in size. As I said before in my meeting Godzilla video, he was very small, very scrawny, and we were all very worried for his health. So Godzilla only weighed 17 grams when he was about 1 or 2 years old, and had some mild indications of having MBD, or the metabolic bone disease, as you might already know, and which is also a video that I want to make sometime in the future. Hence, my vet gave me vitamins that I had to give him basically every single day, and he doubled in size. He weighs 33 grams now, he's much healthier, and any signs of metabolic bone disease are absolutely gone. That doesn't mean that I can stop giving him vitamins now, because he did have that issue growing up, but honestly, I don't mind. As long as it means that he's healthy, I'll do it every day if I have to. Secondly, I have dogs. Yes, I don't really talk about them much, because Izzy is like the dog gal here in the channel, and I kind of stick more to reptiles. But yes, Dina's my 13 or 14-year-old Jack Russell Terrier, and Luna is my 12 or 13-year-old Bichon Frise. Yes, they're very old, but they're also very healthy, for the most part. Dina was diagnosed with a heart murmur and hypertension and a slight deafness due to her age. But as far as we know, there's nothing to be worried about. She is very healthy for being such an elderly dog. She still hunts like rabbits and rats sometimes, because I live in the countryside. So yeah, we're currently treating her with a medicine our doctor gave us, and she's never really been the sweetest dog. So the fact that she's still growling and like barking and trying to eat us all while we're sleeping, that's still a very good indication. As for Luna, she's also very old, but she is much healthier than Tina. She has always been a little overweight, and trust me, we've tried everything, but she just won't lose weight, but it's fine. She's healthy. And she has a heart murmur as well, and she has had surgery in both her hind legs due to them breaking, because she was that overweight. But yeah, they're both healthy, they're both doing great, and if anything else happens to any of my pets in the future, I will let you guys know. But now to the main point of this video. It's very possible that you've heard of this beforehand, given that it was a very hot topic a couple of months back. Yet, it remains being something that I'm very passionate about. Morphs in reptiles or in any pet, I think they have them in mammals, but they might be called something different. They're a very debatable topic. Many find them unnatural, many find them immoral, and they can be in some certain very specific circumstances. Personally, I don't have a problem with them. I think they can be very beautiful, and they can be very stunning and pretty and more synonyms, but I don't really see why you would, I don't want to say waste, but why you would waste $1,000 on a ball python when it's literally just an animal with a slightly different color. But if you want to have a $3,000 ball python or leopard gecko, no one's stopping you. Just make sure that your breeder is ethical and that the morph isn't going to inhibit your animal's health. I was reminded of this topic a couple of weeks back when I saw that a famous YouTuber, whose name rhymes with Ryan Hatek, when his chameleon had laid an insane amount of eggs, like it was like 36 eggs or something. He was probably clickbaiting. I didn't click on the video because I disliked that guy very much. So that reminded me of the horrors of the reptile community and just how bad a lot of people are when it comes to their animals and when it comes to profit. As many of you know, a morph is the type of pattern or the type of coloring an animal showcases. Common and usually benign morphs are such as the leucistic or albino. Both of them showcase much lighter coloration and lack of black pigmentation. However, the albino can have some sort of issues with a lot of light exposure. They are very sensitive to light and to UVB. There are hundreds of morphs for every reptile, especially ball pythons and leopard geckos, which is what I'm mostly going to be focusing on today. So here I'm going to read off a couple of examples that do compromise the snake's health when you're talking about ball pythons. You get the spider morph, the woma, the hidden gene, the champagne, super sable, and powerball. All of these cause either neurological issues on the snake or kinks around their body, which are like masses and deformations of the body structure, where if they do become bad enough, they can inhibit, you know, like the digestion or movement of the species, and it can get to the point where these inhibitions are so severe on any animal that they have to be put down. So this is why this topic is so serious and so heavily debated. So as for the spider morph, they do develop neurological issues that we call the neurological wobble. The neurological wobble means that the snake can't keep its balance, that it doesn't know up or down, it doesn't know if it's going forwards or backwards. But basically, yeah, they can't keep their balance and it's very difficult for them to be moving around. But other morphs like the super cinnamon ball python, which we have here, is what I was talking about before of the kinks and how they prohibit the animal from moving or digesting its meals. Wow, that's completely awful, I hear you say, and yeah, it is. And you might be wondering, well, then why do people continue breeding these types of animals? Well, money. While a lot of morphs are very expensive, most of them don't cause harm to the animal. But then you get some of the morphs, as the ones that I said before, that do compromise the animal's health. These very expensive morphs are what you call designer morphs. Yeah, it's basically what it sounds like. You pay thousands of dollars for a slightly colored and slightly prettier version of a normal animal. And as when it comes to leopard geckos, I don't exactly know the names, but there are morphs that do cause the same kind of issues as they do for the ball pythons. You get kinks, you have the neurological wobble, and you have, to some certain extent, more sensitivity to UVB light. So to conclude this, I'm not saying that morphs are bad, because they're not. There can be a lot of breeders who do care a lot about their animals and that will not, for like by any circumstance, breed these sort of morphs. But sadly, there are a lot who do. All I'm saying is that, and I can never emphasize this enough, do your research before you buy a pet. Do your research on the morph, do your research on the breeder. Make sure they're ethical, that people have gotten good experiences with them. Because the worst thing you can do is give a person money for being a horrible human being. I'm not saying that anyone who breeds sick animals is a horrible person, but yeah, contact your breeders, talk to Reddit forums, go on Facebook pages, make sure that you know what you're getting yourself into. I just want to say that the next thing I'm going to say is probably going to be extremely biased. No, scratch that. It is extremely biased. But truly, would you really want to spend thousands of dollars for a designer pet when you can have a just as good, just as beautiful pet? Just think, like, my boys, Hector and Godzilla, they're normal morphs and I think they're gorgeous. They're both super healthy. And you know, just, well, to each their own. That's it for me, guys. PSA, wash your hands. Bye! No, don't use that. That was bad.